Good at English. Grade 8. Read by Amy Louise McDowell. Unit 7. Pollution. Phonetics. Exercise 1. Listen and mark the stress of the following words. 1. Scenic. 2. National. 3. Poetic. 4. Atomic. 5. Practical. 6. Actual. 7. Beneficial. 8. Electronic. 1. Financial. 2. Digital. 3. Biological. 4. Basic. 5. Legal. 6. Nomadic. 7. Environmental. 8. Comic. Exercise 2. Listen and mark the stress of the underlined words. Then read the sentences aloud. 1. Citibank is an international bank. 2. He likes reading scientific newspaper. 3. Only some bacteria are harmful. Many are beneficial. 4. Don't bring electronic devices when you go into the examination room. 5. The bank is now a major provider of financial services to industry. 6. All the machines in this room are automatic. 7. Is abortion legal in your country? 8. People are becoming far more aware of environmental issues. Part 3. Skills. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Exercise 1. Listening. Singapore is not just one island, but a main island with 63 surrounding islets. The main islands has a total land area of 682 square kilometres. However, its compact size belies its economic growth. In just 150 years, Singapore has grown into a thriving centre of commerce and industry. Its former role as an entrepot has diminished, as the Republic has increased its manufacturing base. Singapore is the busiest port in the world, with over 600 shipping lines sending supertankers containing ships and passenger liners to share the busy waters with coastal fishing vessels and wooden lighters. One of the world's major oil refining and distribution centers, Singapore is also a major supplier of electronic components and a leader in shipbuilding and repairing. It has also become one of the most important financial centers of Asia, with more than 130 banks. Business dealings are facilitated by Singapore's superb communications network, which links the Republic to the rest of the world via satellite. 24-hour telegraph and telephone systems. Singapore's strategic location, excellent facilities, fascinating cultural contrasts, and tourist attractions contribute to its success as a leading destination for both business and pleasure. Unit 8. English-speaking countries. Phonetics. Listen and mark the stress of the following words. 1. Journalese. 2. Vietnamese. 3. Adoptee. 4. Absentee. 5. Attendee. 6. Officialese. 7. Japanese. 8. Presentee. 9. Chinese. 10. Obese. 11. Employee. 12. Attendee. 13. Portuguese. 14. Japanese. 15. Parentee. 16. Refugee. Exercise 2. Listen and mark the stress of the underlined words, then read the sentences aloud. 1. Her parents wouldn't like to have an adoptee. 2. Many refugees have arrived at the border without passports. 3. She usually has fast food because she is too busy. Now she is obese. 4. There are only 10 attendees today. 5. Akiko is from Japan. She's Japanese. 6. The number of employees in the company has trebled over the past decade. 7. I love Vietnamese folk songs because they are sweet. 8. My father will learn Chinese because he needs it for his job. Part 3. Skills. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Exercise 1. Listening. The earth is big, but it is facing a serious problem. High population. The population is increasing too rapidly. Moreover, the most serious problem of modern times is that man destroying the earth's natural resources and transforming huge areas into wasteland. As a result, it is becoming extremely difficult to grow enough to feed the world rapidly increasing a population. A way of protecting all the wildlife on the earth must also be found, as many species are in danger of disappearing completely from the face of the earth. The dangers, however, are not confined solely to the land and the sea. The smoke in the atmosphere, for example, is increasing so much that the amount of sunlight has been reduced in many cities. Man's whole environment is being changed in a serious way. Unit 9. Natural disasters. Phonetics. Exercise 1. Listen and mark the stress of the following words. 1. Biology. 2. Geography. 3. Technology. 4. Pharmacography. 5. Biology. 6. Ethnography. 7. Biography. 8. Psychology. 1. Lexicography. 2. Bacteriology. 3. Demography. 4. Hydrology. 5. Telegraphy. 6. Archaeology. 7. Histography. 8. Climatology. Exercise 2. Listen and mark the stress of the underlined words. Then say the sentences aloud. 1. What mark did you get in the biology exam? 2. She is an expert on the archaeology of ancient Egypt. 3. She studied behavioral psychology at college. 4. My brother studies ethnography at Oxford University. 5. My favourite subjects at school were history and geography. 6. The increase in the number of young people leaving to work in the cities has had a dramatic impact of the demography of the villages. 7. Although the technology originated in the UK, it has been developed in the US. 8. He is interested in climatology. Part 3. Skills. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Exercise 1. Listening. How to survive a tsunami. A tsunami is a series of destructive and very dangerous waves that result from earthquake activity or some other type of underwater disturbance. In recent years, tsunamis have caused an incredible amount of damage. In order to survive a tsunami, you must be prepared, vigilant, and calm. Our tips will help you to survive a tsunami. Learn about the potential danger in advance. Avoid the place which has a tsunami before. Prepare essential materials in an easy-to-obtain location. Make a safety pack. Food, water, and a first aid kit are among the basics required. Keep the safety pack somewhere obvious, well known to everyone in the building, and easy to grab in an emergency. Develop an evacuation plan carefully. Discuss with family and colleagues the various options for evacuation. Ensure that warning and evacuation signals are understood by the community in advance. Remember to provide multiple safety routes. Unit 10. Communication. Exercise 1. Listen and mark the stress of the following words. 1. Positive. 2. Facility. 3. Activity. 4. Repetitive. 5. Sensitivity. 6. Stability. 7. Majority. 8. Addictive. 9. Priority. 10. Cognitive. 11. Flexibility. 12. Personality. 3. Infinitive. 14. Transitive. 15. Disability. 16. Competitive. Exercise 2. Listen and mark the stress of the underlined words. Then say the sentences aloud. 1. I have to be very careful with what I say because she's so sensitive. 2. We all need some stability in our lives. 3. The majority of the employees have university degrees. 4. Some of the children have cognitive problems. 5. She is deaf, but refuses to let her disability prevent her from doing what she wants to do. 6. She has a warm personality. 7. Most people start by learning the infinitive of a verb. 8. The hotel offers exceptional sporting facility, including a 50-meter swimming pool. Part 3. Skills: listening, speaking, reading, writing. Exercise 1. Listening. Learning a language. Speech is one of the most important ways of communicating. It consists of far more than just making noise. To talk and also to be understood by other people, we have to speak the same language. It means we have to use combination of sounds that everyone agrees stand for a particular object or idea. Communication would be impossible if everyone made up their own language. Learning a language properly is very important. The basic vocabulary of English isn't very large, and only about 2,000 words are needed to speak it quite well. But the more words you know, the more ideas you can express, and the more precise you can be about their exact meaning. Words are the most important things we use in communicating what we want to say. The way we say the words is also very important. Our tone of voice can express many emotions and show whether we are pleased or angry, for instance. Unit 11. Science and Technology. Phonetics. Exercise 1. Listen and mark the stress of the following words. 1. Important. 2. Unable. 3. Import. 4. Unhappy. 5. Unusual. 6. Immediate. 7. Unemployed. 8. Improvement. 9. Immigrant. 10. Unexpected. 11. Imperial. 12. Uncomfortable. 13. Unknown. 14. Impressed. 15. Uneasy. 16. Impatient. Exercise 2. Listen and mark the stress of the underlined words. Then read the sentences aloud. 1. There's been a definite improvement in your English since you arrived. 2. It was clear that he was unhappy about the decision. 3. He's been unemployed for over a year. 4. The building is a reminder of the country's imperial past. 5. Illegal immigrants are sent back across the border if they are caught. 6. I've eaten so much, I'm really quite uncomfortable. 7. I have to be in London on Friday for an important meeting. 8. We import a large number of cars from Japan. Part 3. Skills. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Exercise 1. Listening. When robots are widely used at home, they will probably be used to do the cleaning, table laying, scrubbing and washing up. But it is considered unlikely that they will be used to do the cooking, at least not in the near future. In factories, mobile robots are already used to carry out a large number of the distribution and assembly tasks, while human beings carry out research and produce plans for new products. Among the numerous jobs on the farm, robots will drive tractors, keep their eyes on the ground in front of the tractor along a straight line. The majority of the robots used at present do not look like human beings at all. Unit 12. Life on other planets. Phonetics. Exercise 1. Listen and mark the stress of the following words. 1. Successful. 2. Homeless. 3. Careful. 4. Meaningless. 5. Doubtless. 6. Useful. 7. Careless. 8. Peaceful. 1. Doubtful. 2. Sleepless. 3. Wonderful. 4. Helpless. 5. Jobless. 6. Helpful. 7. Harmless. 8. Painful. Exercise 2. Listen and mark the stress of the underlined words. Then read the sentences aloud. 1. Accommodation needs to be found for thousands of homeless families. 2. I've spent so many sleepless nights worrying about him. 3. He's been jobless for the past 6 months. 4. He was a successful businessman before becoming a writer. 5. He made several helpful suggestions. 6. He had a wonderful time in Italy last summer. 7. She hoped the different ethnic groups in the area could live together in peaceful coexistence. 8. The old photograph brought back painful memories. Part 3. Skills. Listening, speaking, reading and writing. Exercise 1. Listening. 1. Listen and complete the passage. Solar system. The solar system formed 4.6 billion years ago from the gravitational collapse of a giant interstellar molecular cloud. The vast majority of the system's mass is the Sun, with most of the remaining mass contained in Jupiter. The 4 smaller inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are terrestrial planets, being primarily composed of rock and metal. The 4 outer planets are giant planets, being substantially more massive than the terrestrials. The 2 largest, Jupiter and Saturn, are gas giants, being composed mainly of hydrogen and helium. The 2 outermost planets, Uranus and Neptune, are ice giants, being composed mostly of substances with relatively high melting points compared with hydrogen and helium, called ices, such as water, ammonium, and methane. All planets have almost circular orbits that lie within a nearly flat disk called the ecliptic. The solar system is located in the Orion Arm, 26,000 light-years from the center of the Milky Way.